Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. And this is more for people who want to get into maybe some more older books, some classical literature, something that may not be interpreted literally and you might need maybe some more context of the author's life and so on. Something, I guess, a book that could be studied in college or high school, but you can still enjoy even without doing any research, at least in my opinion. But yeah, this is, I would say, absurdist fiction, or I guess magical realism is the genre. It's only 73 pages long, so the shortest book in this whole list. But it basically centers around Gregor Samsa. He wakes up in his apartment one day, and it turns out that now he's this big bug, I guess a big ass beetle. He doesn't know why. It's not really explained why. That's not the point of the story. This is not the setup for some magical story with wizards turning people into bugs or something like that. This is just taken as it is. And basically, the whole story is about how him and his family have to deal with him becoming a bug, learning to adapt to this new reality and just facing it. So it's a pretty sad and depressing story, but quite funny, honestly, because there's maybe some unintentional or intentional humor regarding the fact that he's just a literal bug, but still has the conscience of a human. So there are some silly things that ensue and some funny depictions, but I mean, this is all taken literally and very seriously in the story. And I would say the biggest theme I got out of this story was what happens essentially with us when we're no longer of use to society. You know, like this story I feel like could have easily been told, in a very different manner. Instead of him turning into a bug, maybe he wakes up really sick and he can't go to work anymore. It could have done the same effect, but the fact that he's a bug makes things the more ludicrous, ridiculous, and maybe makes the story, hit harder. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. This is actually probably one of my favorite stories. I really related, oddly enough, with the main character, and yeah, definitely check it out.